Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Franchot Pearson, and welcome again to my channel. It is Sunday. Happy Sunday. August 10th of 2025. I have 12:27 a.m. I am up late because I chose to do a video late. I had a number of things on my brain, right? On my mind. What I want to talk about tonight is the word mass. And the reason why I'm bringing that up is I would argue and say at least the last 4 years, both the media and our armed forces, they've changed the language. It's not like I didn't know it, but tonight it just hit me like, every time there's an incident, like tonight, there was an incident in Baltimore. Since when did 3, 4, 5, and 6 qualify as mass? You feel me? The definition has been gradually pushed on us. And every news outlet and newspaper and anything in social media, it's like they pick the football up and they run with it. Mass. Everything's mass when it comes to violence. It defies logic, does it? If you change the wording and the definition, then you change the perception of the reality. That's my point. So let me try to say it again. 3, 4, 5, 6 wounded or whatever, that's not mass. That's a few. So you have to ask yourself, why over the last 4, maybe 5 years, I don't know, do I get the impression that the media and law enforcement, it's as if they got the same memo and they get to decide and communicate to us, what mass is. They've literally changed the definition. Am I the only one thinking like this? Have you had this conversation with yourself when you first started hearing it? Because people, I refuse to make some, how can I say that? I refuse to accept that someone would not only change the definition, but because of the way we are, the way God made us, rational human beings, I refuse to let a national or international news network thrust upon me a definition which doesn't fit. And it's been bugging me for a long time. I'm like, tonight is the night I'm going to do a video on it, and I want to hear from you guys. What do you think when you hear about a moment where somebody's boom, 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 and it's 3, 4, maybe 5 people? And then they show the people running around, scared. Of course, if it's real. Of course, if it's real. Of course, if it's real. But it's one news story after another. Mass. Let me tell you what mass is. When all the alphabet news agencies run the same story in concert to tell us it's mass. When you know good and well 5 years ago, the definition was standard, almost universal. No matter where you went, in your city, state, town, or even when you went out of town, when you heard the word mass, you looked for a cathedral of people. Now that might be a little bit exaggerated, but I think you get what I'm trying to say. So how is it that they're using the word? In my mind, the first thing that comes to me is fear. Because if the assailant is that cuckoo for Cocoa Pops to take out a lot of people, a mass, then it does something to your nerves. But your eyes see 4 or 5, but in your mind, you have been told mass. So over time, we've accepted the statement, knowing good and well, especially if you're my age, or even in your 40s, you know the news wasn't like this back in the day. But if you get a generation where you say the same thing for a certain length of time, I believe they know without question that it becomes the norm. I'm saying no, I'm saying time out. And I think that if I did not do this for a living, I think my retreat would be, and I think others have done this, they might not have communicated the way that I'm communicating, but I bet they start turning this thing off. I bet a lot of people don't watch the news as much as they used to, or not at all. They select the time or whenever. Because when you choose certain words, you set a climate. And we don't want to be in a climate of fear, tension, and a choice of words which don't fit the narrative. Tell me how you feel. I just had to talk about it tonight. And again, why would they do this? I hear the alarm now, right? One alarm. Now I want to come back to that. Have you noticed also the style of dress now on TV? I've been wanting to talk about this for a while too. It began to happen late last year, I noticed. A lot of the news agencies, especially on the internet, they're not consistently wearing suits anymore when they do the news. They're not consistently wearing ties anymore when they do the news. In fact, when they roll the film, so to speak, some of the news anchors are in gym shoes. Have you noticed it? And I'm not into sports the way I used to when I was real younger, but I see the highlights every now and then like you do, or when I do a decode. Back in the day, Pat Riley, nice suit, tie, handkerchief to match. Now the NBA, I think the majority of coaches, they stop wearing suits or suit jackets. Think about what I'm saying. A lot of the politicians, they're not wearing neckties. When they do a press conference, a press release, a lot of the mayors and governors, they're not wearing ties. If you haven't noticed it, once you watch this video, you're going to see it. I think what's going on in our society, especially in America, there's this gradual, unannounced takedown in so many facets. And because I'm visually oriented, I guess I'm doing my John Travolta, I see and I sense, like you see and sense. The women are dressing more scantily. They have the shows every now and then where they'll show the women overseas doing the weather, and everything is tight and everything is up. But the men, I'm seeing them in shirts like this. Something's changing, people. Something's definitely changing. And the powers that be know that a society that changes standards that worked, standards that gave a certain image or presentation, they know what got us here and stabilized us. So why wouldn't they attack the dress wear, especially of those who we see on a daily basis? Another thing I'm starting to see, I'm seeing more social media people cross over into the Trump administration doing interviews. I've talked about this before. I don't want to say, but I gotta say, it appears to me that Trump's tentacles, for the first time, I've never seen this before. Maybe I just missed it, but this is the first time I've seen an administration where people like myself are cuddled up to this president. Now, I can hear the argument of, well, Pearson, you, as a content creator, you got your own show. And you can do whatever you want to do. But I think that being at the White House or going on these shows consistently, or they're calling upon you for opinions, I'm questioning now, is it really their opinion? Or is it Trump's opinion being filtered to us? I don't think I've got a total pulse on it yet, but it's beginning to eat away at me. Because, I'm even seeing, what is it? I forgot her name. What is it? Laura Trump? Forgive me if it's the wrong one. I did a video the other day. What is it? Laura Trump. She got her own show. But it appears that our news has become the news. And that if we ever thought we were shortchanged, the once hidden, in part, magic act, it's not hidden anymore. It appears that Trump, in so many aspects, take it like last week. Trump said, if they can't control this, that, and the third, I'm going to come in and run Washington, D.C. Do you see where I'm going with? This is the first time I have ever seen a president Just imagine him being like a squid and or like an octopus, his tentacles, if you will. They're going into different aspects of all of our society. That's so wrong and that's so dangerous. And the pathetic thing about it is that I don't see Congress in unison saying, you can't do that. You're not a dictator. To me, it's not enough for Washington politics, for a few Washington politicians to say something in that state or in that city. All of them should say something. Because what's to stop Trump from saying, well, I don't like what's going on in Chicago. I'm going to come run to Chicago. He could say it because financially we're in hardships. He could say it because we have these illegals here. Pick the reason. Why is it that he now, out of all the presidents that I've witnessed over my lifetime, would even try to supersede and or come out of a mold that's been traditionally acted upon by past presidents? Who does he think he is? I'm going to run Washington, D.C. People, I think what's going on is the resurgence, if you will, of a Roman Empire. I believe that's what's going on here. And that many of the problems that we see in the different cities, not just in Washington, they're being caused. And now it begs for a solution. And I'm asking myself, where are we going to be in a few years? I think I know. There are those who believe that Christ is going to come this month or this year, whatever. I pray you do too. But if the Lord don't come, then what? Suppose you don't come right away, then what? Because we're trending. You feel me? We're trending. We're trending. And at the same time, it's a gradual sway and acceptance and a compliance. And many of us are so busy from working, we're not thinking about what the founding fathers said, that at some point you got to look at defending yourself against both foreign and domestic. And domestic can come in the form of that which can be interpreted as for your good, but yet it's not good. I just want to put those things out there. I see a sway. I'm tired of the illegal stories. Every time you turn around, an illegal is doing this, illegal. I don't believe, I'm going to tell you people, I'm going to tell you straight up. I don't believe probably 90% of what I see on the news. And if there's ever a way to understand that there is a plan, a playbook, and they're following it, it's this word mass. That's bothering me. And I just look at this thing as a giant octopus. That's your mass. And all its squiggly parts are going off into all of our major pillars and transforming it, including our news and our law enforcement. I am so tired. It appears like every other day. If it's not a governor, it's a mayor. If it's not a mayor, it's a commissioner. Somebody I've never seen until the last 4 or 5 years. Every time you turn around, there's a press conference, and the mayors and the governor or somebody speaking about something. Well, Pearson, we got all these problems. Do we? Who's to say they didn't make the problem? Who's to say there's not a hidden hand causing this? When I watch these people who are so-called leaders, they're not even convincing. All I hear is, I'm Mayor so-and-so, I have with me Sergeant so-and-so, I have Commissioner so-and-so, and the police here are doing a wonderful job. They put their necks on the line every day for society. It's this whole soliloquy and speech. 5 minutes of that. The brave men and women are... Cut it out. And the one that just passed a few days, this so-called situation that happened over in Georgia at the college, Emory, I have never seen that many police. If anything, people, that's mass. Go back and watch that video. Go to any news network from a few days ago. Look like hundreds of police. That's your mass. For one person. If it was two, I didn't catch it. But come on, man. Your mass is the mass media. Your mass is the misinformation. Your mass is the misinterpretation of what Webster's dictionary says what a mass is. And when they get this, after conditioning us of what we know reality is, it's a wrap. So I think it's done on purpose. Because if they can condition you the way they've been coming at us the last 4 or 5 years, if we're honest, we're thinking every 1 to 3 days, something's going to appear. And you know what they're going to say. That's the society and reality that they want for us. That's why they chose the word mass. You think about what I'm saying. I'll talk to you guys in the morning. God bless.